This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay, this is a strong opener. So Ogre Head Helm's really good. I don't quite think it's a bomb, but I think I gave it a B+ in my set review, and that feels about right. So it's close. It's very powerful. It's really between it and Twisted Embrace. Twisted Embrace is a very good removal spell. A neat take on black removal that we haven't really seen before. That nicely synergizes with the enchantment stuff in the set. Yeah, I like Mobilizer Mech too if you end up in the right deck. But I think it's just Ogre Head Helm. It's a pretty strong 2-drop that, like, on its own, even without Reconfigure, it would be good. And even if, when it reconfigured, it only gave +2/+2, it would be good. But it's better than both of those things. So, so we're gonna go ahead and take it here. You know, just gives a great boost, and that ability that reloads your hand is pretty good. Okay, so we could take another Reconfigure Bear, in this case Leech Gauntlet. It's a good one. We've also got a Greater Tanuki, Tales of Master Sashiro. These things are nice. I think I like Leech Gauntlet a little more than either of them, though. They're all pretty comparable. But the fact this has 2 good green cards in it, I mean, that does play a role in sort of breaking this tie. We'll grab Leech Gauntlet. Thank you for the sub, Mooch. The resub. 3 months is subbing. It does sack the helmet. You are correct. So probably Blossom Prancer. I mean, it's just an efficient creature. Well, it's not that efficient, but given it's into the battlefield trigger, it's plenty efficient. So, you know, it ends up drawing you a card a lot of the time, and gaining 4 life off of 5 mana 4/4 reach isn't bad either. I just think it's a lot better than the black or red cards in this pack, which are all, like, okay, but Blossom Prancer, I think, is the best card in that pack. So the helmet is weird because, yeah, it turns into you sacking the helm once it's equipped. They've been making cards a lot more complicated lately than it feels like they need to. Like, just have it do the same thing. You know? Like, sack the creature. Although, in this case, I guess maybe it makes the card less amazing, so it does sort of even out, maybe, but... So Tamio's Completion's pretty good. So is Befriending the Moths, though. And obviously neither of those are in colors we've already taken stuff in. It's always the helm that gets sacrificed, though, right? Yes, because the Ogre Head Helm is the it that you may sacrifice it is referring to. So I think we take Befriending the Moths here. Completion's good. Yeah, Kunai's nice, but I think Befriending the Moths is good enough. I want to grab it here. So it is the helm you sacrifice, huh? I guess we're going to find that out. Interesting picks here. So I like Sunblade Samurai a lot. I like Greater Tanuki, and I like Simian Sling. All 3 of those appeal to me, and none of those are particularly synergistic with what we're doing right now. They're just, like, good cards. I'm kind of leaning towards the Tanuki. That makes sense. So it is the creature. What a weirdly worded card. Yeah, so I think we take the Tanuki here. I like the ramp it gives us. It's an enchantment, etc. Yeah, the monkey's good too, but I do think the Tanuki's better at this early stage. Ooh, Rabbit Battery. That's a pretty late Rabbit Battery. I'm pretty excited about that. You know, Raging Goblin that then basically very efficiently equips to things throughout the whole game, giving them +1/+1 in haste. It's just great. Feels like we're going to be like red-white aggro or red-green aggro. Oh man, there's a bronze plate boar still here too. That's another really good reconfigure creature. You know, just it early, it's just like an efficient little creature. Not a great one in limited, of course. But then late, you just like slap it onto anything and it becomes a threat. Like +3/+2 and trample will make anything a threat. I'm getting all the good red reconfigures. Let's keep it up. We did pass the monkey. Yeah, hot springs would be nice. It's true. In our first draft, we also drafted an early Blossom Prancer and didn't play it. See if we actually play it this time. Okay. White does definitely look open, and these red cards, not great. They're not bad, but I think Era of Enlightenment and maybe even Imperial Subduer are better. Wanderer's Intervention's not bad. We don't exactly have removal yet. It's passable removal, but I kind of think we're more interested in Era. Yeah. Yeah, I think we take the Era here. Okay. So this is a more defensive card. Not sure how much I want it. I think the answer is not that much. Given what we look like right now. I'd probably just take Hot Shot Mechanic. Yeah. Nice one drop. We don't have any vehicles yet, but it will be able to crew all of them. Ooh, Experimental Synthesizer is a good pickup. It's not as good if we're in an aggro deck, I guess. We could lean more towards Regent's Authority, but it's still pretty good. I mean, it does give you a lot for what you do with it. Okay. Well, none of these cards are very good. I guess Reckoner's Bargain. We do have a Leech Gauntlet. So we got some powerful red stuff, for sure. I guess we're more interested in Kindled Fury if we're an aggro deck than those other things. The 4-mana trick is tempting, but if we're really an aggressive deck, we don't really want a 4-mana trick, you know? Right now, red-white does look like the most likely outcome. Nice. We get a really late Simian Sling. We have a bunch of artifacts, so artifact payoffs would be good. Payoffs for modifications would be good, too. Those are both things I would like. I think our green is probably still better than our white. We'll grab a Lucky Offering. I mean, Blossom Prancer and Tanuki are both quite good. Yeah, red's very open. Apart from that, it's not super easy to tell where we should be. But knowing one color's really open helps. Oh, hello. And we get one of the really good, I think I only gave 2 sagas in the set a bomb grade. One of them is the Jugon one, and this is the other. So I'm pretty happy to pick it up here. Just adds to the board right away and then starts copying things. It's just really good. Really good. I think it's definitely what we take here. We'd already know red's pretty open, too, which definitely nudges us further. And I mean, we would have taken it anyway. Pack one, pick one, we would have taken it. So, yeah. So, ooh. Okay. So, this is going to be pretty good in our deck. Right now, we're looking at 7 artifacts and 4 enchantments. Now, it's going to change a little because I'm not sure, like, Tanuki probably doesn't get played. But we have Michiko's Reign of Truth and Blade Blizzard Kitsune. I'd like either of them. I also like Spirited Companion. But I think it's between these two. And right now, it feels like Michiko's Reign of Truth is going to be pretty powerful in our deck. More so than Blade Blizzard Kitsune, as much as I like it. A second Michiko's Reign of Truth. They do get kind of worse in multiples because, like, you don't want to play them on empty boards, and the more of them you play, the more likely it is you have an empty board. We do have an Invigorating Hot Spring here, which is worth a look. Like, it does feel like white is more open, but this might be strong enough that I want to take it before I take a second Michiko's Reign of Truth. Yeah, I think it probably is. I think it probably is. All right, we'll take Goshintai of Ancient Wars here. It's a nice creature, you know, even if we never use its ability, a 3-mana 2/2 for a strike is perfectly fine, especially with all the equipment we have. Okay, so Selfless Samurai is an excellent 2-drop. I think we probably take it here. I think we do. I'm not sold yet that we're going green. Just because the white cards keep showing up that are better, like these. Like, any of these are pretty good. These creatures. Meanwhile, Aki Warpaint, not so much. Decent trick. But I think, yeah, we're looking at one of these. We have a good curve already. Maybe I'd rather have the Subduer. I think I would. Tapping a blocker down feels pretty good. Okay, so I think Aki Emberkeeper is pretty good. More so than Kitsune Ace. We don't have any vehicles, so... We have a lot of creatures who are going to be modified, though, so... Feels like our white is now maybe a little better than our green. Yeah, we'll take a trick here. Oh, never mind. There's a Kami's Flare still here? Yes, please. Great removal spell. I feel like I must have missed one of those earlier. Maybe just go mono red. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's some fixing. What we're giving up is an Unstoppable Ogre, who's not bad, but fixing does increase our chances of, like, splashing the Hot Springs. The only awkward thing about Hot Springs is you do really want to get it down early. But I think we probably still take the land over the Ogre there. Right now, it feels like our deck is probably a red-white one splashing Hot Springs. Yeah. Feels like where we're headed. You know, red-white's supposed to be a samurai deck, and we got a little of that going on, but we're not that into it. I'm not going to play the Warpaint. I think Season of Renewal has a better chance, like, if we end up pivoting into green entirely. So... Alright, take a Peerless Samurai pretty happily. Yeah, we did sort of turn into a Samurai Warrior deck. I mean, we've got one Warrior and 3 Samurai right now, so we're not doing great. Our Synthesizer makes them too. So, Gift of Wrath isn't a complete disaster to play, and we have enough low drops that I don't think we're desperate for the decoy. It's a passable aura, mostly because it gives you a body. Alright, we'll take a Steelbreaker. We do have a lot of artifacts. I don't know that it's going to make the cut in this deck. I feel like you kind of need more synergy. We will take a Warpaint now if we want it, but... It is a Warrior, and that may be enough to get it to stay in the deck, I guess. Even though it's better in a world where you have, like, sacrifice payoffs and stuff. Right now, it feels like splashing Hot Springs is unnecessary. Okay, this is a strong one. Yeah, I mean, the Restoration of Iganjo really lets us do some serious stuff. Kami's Flare is a nice removal spell. Norika Yamazaki, not bad in our deck either, but... I think the Restoration is good enough. The creature it gives you is good enough that I think I'm down with taking it. Yeah. These, so far, you know, they've been really good, which I've sort of expected. Kami's Flare is good too, but yeah, we'll take this Saga. Okay. So there's Katana. Right now, we don't have so many warriors that I'm, like, pumped about that, though. We do have a Skyscraper here, and we have a fair bit of modifications. Most of them, though, are creatures who cost a lot to equip to things, so it's hard to cast that reliably. I think maybe I'm more interested in Simian Sling than anything. Oh, Arrest, yeah. Intercessor's Arrest for sure. Premium removal. So we do have one red shrine. We have one shrine, the red one. So taking Go Shintai is pretty interesting here. I do like Ironhoof Boar, but I think we're kind of in on taking Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. Like, both of these would be fine, but Go Shintai is... Once we have the red one already, I think it's definitely worth running. It's maybe a little less aggressive than most of what we're doing, but yeah. So... we do have an Uncharted Haven here, which would help us splash our Invigorating Hot Springs. The question is whether it's even worth splashing Invigorating Hot Springs. Another Synthesizer wouldn't be bad. I do think we take the Haven here. It's good fixing either way, so... Alright, so we're just going to grab the 2-drop Samurai here. And probably Imperial Subduer here. I'm a little interested in Tempered in Solitude, but I think I want the Subduer a little more right now. So yeah, the question is, do I try to splash Hot Springs? A card that you mostly want to get down early. I mean, it's very doable off of a Highlands and Uncharted and an Uncharted Haven. But yeah. Thank you for the sub, Earthmoo. Another Subduer, another Sling. I think I grab another Sling. Yeah. So I kind of wish I'd taken that second Michiko's Reign of Truth the way things panned out here. We ended up with a ton of artifacts and enchantments. Overall, this deck looks... I think it looks a lot better than our first one of the day. Another Exemplar seems pretty good. I don't hate Mothrider Patrol, though. Yeah, I think we go with Exemplar in the end, though. It is nice that this gets all those buffs and stuff. And I do have a... It's a cheap flyer, and I have a bunch of equipment. Yeah, the Gainland's worth a look, but I don't think we're desperate for it. So yeah, I think the Exemplar is fine there. So I kind of doubt we're playing like Gift of Wrath or Kindled Fury. Our deck ended up... I mean, it's not unaggressive, but it's not super aggressive either. Well, maybe it is. We'll grab a Dragonfly Suit. Don't think we're playing it, but it could happen. Another Sling. Yeah, probably over an Ambitious Assault. Although the Assault's looking kind of interesting. But yeah, I think we'll grab another Simian Sling. Yeah, I don't think we end up splashing. I do think we run Uncharted Haven, although in a world with as many 1-drops as we have, maybe we're less interested. And a tap land. Yeah, I mean, we do have 3, 4, 5... This isn't really a 1-drop, but... Alright, Brute Suit. Well, I think we're done picking up real cards. I guess this is going to be pretty good in the deck. We have enough artifacts, even if we don't have... Well, I don't hate Aki Ronin. Yeah, we can probably go down to 16 lands in this deck. You are probably correct. Okay. Yeah, second Michiko's Reign of Truth would have been really nice. We have more red 1-drops. I think that probably means we cut a Plains if we're going to cut something, a land. And then... I guess Aki Ronin's not great. Neither is Hotshot Mechanic, actually. It's just a 1-mana 2/1, and we're not... I mean, we're aggressive, but not so aggressive. We just want a 1-mana 2/1 with no other upside. And then, yeah, I think we cut the Ronin. I think we want the Steelbreaker. It's a warrior for one thing, and for another, we have how many artifacts? We have 8. So I think we actually want it. It's definitely not amazing in our deck, but I think it's good enough. Deck has some good rares. I mean, I think this deck looks pretty good. I probably could have leaned a little more into an aggro deck. Maybe that would have been slightly better. But other than that, I think we did a pretty good job. Right, pretty good hand. This is where the tap lane can be a little awkward. But that's okay. So yeah, I think we play... Yeah, we'll play our Simian Sling turn 1. Probably play our Exemplar on turn 2. We have a pretty nice attack here. The flip side is we also give them a pretty nice attack. So, it's kind of a funny give and take. Do I attack with the Sling and then just plan on blocking with the Exemplar? I mean, I could also just let that thing get a counter. Letting it get a counter doesn't seem like a disaster. Although, it does mean my Sling can't attack through it, but it's probably okay. So if I don't draw a third land, I can at least play our Helm now, which is nice. Do I want to block here? I think maybe I do. Thing is, I can play... Yeah, no, let's block. I think the trade's fine. Okay. Yeah. Now we don't really want to attack because Dekuchi's Silencer is a massive problem if we just let it through. So I think we have to leave our Sling back here. We don't actually have double of anything, but this is going to get us a plane, so I guess we'll go with red and pass the turn. But yeah, we don't want to let this thing through to hit us and let them turn any spell they play into any creature in their hand into a removal spell. It is just a 1-for-1 trade, but upgrading like a random creature in your hand to, you know, Doomblade, it's a pretty massive upgrade. It's enough of one that, yeah. Okay, now we kind of have to block with the Helm if we're blocking here. But I think that's acceptable in this particular case. Because if we take it, they're just going to kill our Helm anyway. So, I can live with it. So we have enough time here that I'm tempted to play Restoration. And I can actually reanimate our Ogrehead Helm. Yeah, that's going to be nasty. Okay. Let's play our Restoration. Grab a Plains. So I do have to discard something to bring back Ogrehead Helm, but I think we probably are happy to do so. Always sucks when you have to play something like that. So I think we discard a land. Yeah. We'll discard this land. And then we'll reanimate our Ogrehead Helm. Then I think we attack. No, we don't. um. I guess Go Shintai plus Simian Sling is pretty good. This will become a 3/4 next turn. They do get the rest of our hand, but I'm not that alarmed by that fact here. Okay, so definitely suiting up our Go Shintai. It's just a question of how I want to do it. So if they let it through, I can actually draw a bunch of cards here. By giving up the helm. Do I want to give up the helm is the question. And I think the answer is probably yes. Yeah, it's yes. Not the helm, but the Go Shintai, rather. But yeah. I think that was still the right thing to do. Especially because we can move the helm around still. Got our rabbit battery. They do have a lot of cards in their hand. Oh, good. One of them's Enormous Energy Blade, and that doesn't worry me too much. Are they going to equip it for real here? Wow, they are. I'm down. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this, we're going to do a bunch of damage here. So we go Rabbit Battery, play a Mountain, play Michiko's Reign of Truth. Use it on the Sling. Then I think we want to equip the Helm. And put it on this Sling. And then we just swing out for what's more than lethal. Yeah, we really should have taken a second one of those. Helm is kind of a budget skull clamp. It's true. It's kind of a good description of what it's like. Yeah, once you empty your hand, I mean, yeah, it's basically free to draw more cards. All right, nice hand. We got one of our 1-drops into a couple of good 2-drops. More mana is good, of course, but... Yeah, did we take Hot Springs over Michiko? Yeah. It didn't seem bad, but I think maybe it was the better play. I'd rather this die than this, so I think we'll play the Exemplar here. Well, I kind of think we discard the Go Shintai here. Yeah, that's what we do. Ooh, okay. So I think we play Subduer. I could just swing with both of them, too. Yeah, I think we just play Subduer. And attack with the Exemplar. Pairs pretty well with Intercessor's Arrest. Okay. So now we play this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty spicy start with Samurai, that's for sure. That is for sure. Just curve out, you know, like that. Can be tough to beat. I mean, this format has a lot of grindy stuff it can do. It feels like red, white, and red, green are sort of the fun police decks. If you flicker a Saga creature, it comes back as a Saga. Whatever, anytime you flicker anything, it comes back as its front side. I shouldn't say anytime because, like, with werewolves, it determines on whether it's night or day, I guess, but you know what I mean. This is a bad hand. I mean, it's great if we draw a mountain, but I think it's too sketchy to keep. This one is much better. I think we probably lose the Samurai in this case. So here's again where our tap land is hurting us a little bit. Just a little bit, but I can live with it. Do I want to play my Era of Enlightenment? I actually think we want to play an Exemplar and set it up to trade, because then we can reanimate it. Yeah. This is my preview card. I'm going to lose to it at some point. I think the preview card that I've had that I've lost to the most so far is Starnheim Courser. That card is nasty. So yeah, we definitely block if they attack. They decide not to attack. Do we still Restoration here? I think we probably do. Do we, though? I mean, yeah, I get to discard, like, a different 2-drop and reanimate it. It's still pretty good, I think. Yeah. No attacks, because we don't really have any. See if they ninja something here. Okay. So I guess maybe Era of Enlightenment is the spiciest thing to discard, because it comes back tapped and I don't really care. Yeah. I do think we... Oh, no, never mind. We drew a mountain, so we don't want either of those. Let's play our Exemplar. Not like that, though. Then we'll play Rabbit Battery. Stick it here. It's a pretty good attack. Yeah, I'm down with killing both of those. So we get a 3/4 this next turn. So, I think we modify our Architect here. Question is whether I want to Kami's Flare the Koi out of our way. I mean, I can attack. I guess we attack first. There's no reason not to attack first. So, yeah, I think we just end our turn and leave up our Flare. Yeah, seems fine. Are they going to kill our poor Architect here? No. So, is the Thief more of a problem now? Not really. So let's kill the Koi here. So now we move Rabbit Battery here. Although, no, yeah, that works. And then we attack with all three of these. Play the Samurai. And yeah, end our turn. Got him down to 6. Can we keep it up? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. So, luckily they can't set it up to draw 4 at least, but still don't love it. So I'd have to spend both my red mana to reconfigure here. And I think it's probably better to just play our boar than to do that. Yeah. No, you have to reconfigure to take it off and then reconfigure it to put it onto something else. So I have to spend 2 if it's attached to something. Yeah, I guess playing the boar and attacking is something that makes some sense. Let's see if that's what we want to do. I mean, we're playing the boar either way. I think we probably do. They're probably going to trade, but I think it'll do enough damage to their board that I'm okay with it. I can actually make it indestructible with our Samurai, too, which might just be worth it. No, you have to... with Reconfigure, you have to pay 1 to remove it. Oh, wait. You're right. You can only pay 1. Or unattached from a creature. So it can move around. I am incorrect. Yeah. It's better. Reconfigure is even better than I thought it was. That is so weirdly worded. Makes it sound like you have to unattach it first, but you don't. So I do think we make this indestructible. Yeah, I did do it just now. And we'll end our turn. Yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking all along that you had to move it, unattach and then reattach it, but no, it's even better than that. It just has that option there, yeah, to make it so you can take it off if you want to, but it doesn't have to be a creature to reconfigure. Confusingly. Okay. Don't feel like that's going to do enough for them. Roaring Earth is nice, but still don't think it's going to do enough. Yeah, it's definitely not. Right. No planes in a hand that desperately needs them. Probably have to send that back. This is much better. I think I send back one of the mountains. Yeah. Wish I was going first, but other than that... Other than that... Nice. Drawing white was great. Secluded Courtyard naming Warrior on turn 1, huh? Seems like that's pretty bad for your mana. Unless your hand is all Warriors. Okay, so that's going to progressively get larger. That's kind of a problem. We will attack here with our Sling. Then we'll play Ogre Head Helm. Yep, that becomes a 2/2 now. Man, Ward is gross on that creature. So let's attack with our Sling. Play an Imperial Subduer. So next turn I can play a second Subduer and tap down 2 things. The annoying thing is, to get past Ward... I actually have to tap down... I actually have to have 2 mana just to tap the thing. Okay, well now I don't have to. Yeah, there's a lot of flying damage coming our way. Don't love it. Play another Sling. Yeah, you can reconfigure... You can't do it at instant speed, but you can reconfigure anytime you could cast a sorcery. So your second main phase or whatever. Yeah, this thing coming down on turn 2 is nasty, which not too much of a surprise there. So all these flyers come in. Yeah, they're going to run me over here, I think. Before I can do anything about it. Well, that's interesting. I think we're still dead, but... yeah, we are dead. They just kill us. Well, not quite, actually. Just almost. I get 2 triggers from this, too. So I have to take 3 in the air next turn, but I can block the other stuff. So this is going to be interesting. This does give us a tiny chance. Basically, they'll just not attack, though, and then they're not going to be in that much trouble. Or they'll just attack. Okay, let's swing out. They must have lethal, obviously. Although, I also have to block, so... yeah. They do take, like, significantly less damage. Okay. So, you're going to block that. And you're gonna block this. That lets me hold on to... although, This adds more power to my one attacker because it can also equip. But then this hits harder. I'm probably going to have to lone attack, though, to tap something down. So I think we go ahead and block. We might still be dead here either way, so this may all be for naught. But, yeah, I think that's how we block in the end. Our other Subduer does stay alive, which is nice. So we're going to keep 2 Subduers. Okay, well that's less than ideal. They do have to play... Yeah, there's not really a way for me to kill them here, is there? I get +2/+2 on my creature, which isn't going to be enough. I guess it'll be enough if I have a way to get a blocker out of the way. I do not, though. Yeah. If I drew a removal spell, we had a window here maybe where we could have won, but as is, we can't do it. Because I can get it up to 6 power, but that doesn't get it done for us. I guess I just swing out here and hope they screw up. That's our best option, because we can actually hit them for lethal. Yeah. They may have removal or something to get us anyway. No. So yeah, we're dead. We dead. You know, I've seen the format. I think with this deck we have, games have been faster, but the first deck we drafted, which yeah, it seemed like it was a slower, grindier format. It is pretty funny in the early stages of Limited, though, because you'll have everybody, like, first few drafts in, some people are like, man, this format's so fast. Some are like, wow, this format's so grindy. Others, this format's terrible based on my one draft. You know, it's hard to pinpoint things completely in the early going. You can obviously have early impressions, though. But it is hard to say whether this format's fast or slow yet. I've seen lots of clogged board states. All right, this is a pretty good hand. Turn 2 Samurai into Imperial Subduer is pretty good if they don't mess with us at all. And I think that is what we want to do. We could play the Era of Enlightenment to get it online, but I think just playing the Samurai into Subduer is a pretty good curve out. You know, having one of our 1-drops would have been nice, but we'll be okay. Okay, now we even have another Samurai. Right now, it feels like fast decks can do stuff and slow decks can do stuff, you know. And it is, again, early, but that is how it feels at this point. All right, so now we play Subduer. That Enchantment Lord is a problem. So next turn I can play Peerless Samurai and also cast a cheaper spell, which is pretty spicy. That's annoying. 3/4. Luckily I can tap it, but it does have lifelink. Yeah, so I think we play Peerless Samurai, and then probably our Helm for 1 mana. Yeah. So they can block if they want to. I don't think they want to. Then we'll play Ogre Head Helm for 1 mana. Equip cost is 3 on Ogre Head Helm. Kind of doubt they're returning anything, but we'll see. Interesting. We're down with that, I think. Okay, so I think we put the Helm on Peerless Samurai and just attack here. And then I can play both cards in my hand in the second main phase. That's pretty good. So they can't block it. We are going to decline here. Oh, another Subduer is good. Another Subduer is going to make it pretty hard for them to effectively block. Okay, so they are gaining a bunch of life here. I mean, they have to bounce things to their hand, but it actually works pretty well. Oh, they're not going to do it in this case. This is going to really hurt them then, that we get this other Samurai. Yeah, so far it does feel more complicated. I am with you there. All right, so let's play the Subduer. The question here is going to be whether or not I want to sacrifice this Peerless Samurai, and I think we probably do. The Menace is nice, but because any one of our attackers can tap down 2 things, well, any warrior or samurai attacker, that is. I think that's probably what we want to do. It's a little awkward because the Samurai is such a good attacker. But 3 cards is 3 cards. Still, Menace plus 2 Subduers. I guess that's just too good. This is tricky. I think a lot of the time it would be... And the right thing to do would be to sack it, but given the board state, I think we actually decline here. Crazy as that is. Alright, Skybless Samurai. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. So let's play this first, in case we decide to discard our hand or whatever. I think we still just attack with 1 thing. So they can double block and kill it, but I can also make it indestructible. Question is whether I think that's worth it. Probably is, right? We lose the life link, but yeah, I mean they're in a pretty tight spot. We're at 42 life. We probably don't need that much more life link, I guess. Uh-oh. They are starting to get their shields up, though. Yeah, I don't think so. Although maybe. It's not like the Ember Keeper's that great. I do get a 1/1 if this dies. And it's probably going to now. Yeah. Yeah, that shrine is pretty good, unfortunately. So we tap the 5 and a 4/3. Okay, so I think we want to kill the shrine and the spirit more than the lifelinker. Yeah. And our first striker is not a warrior. So I think we'd rather start suiting up one of these subduers. Uh-oh. They may actually manage to stabilize against our nonsense. We were just talking about this format being fast, but this is going to be a slow loss if we lose, I think. I do have Kiki Jiki, and like making a copy every turn of Imperial Subduer isn't too bad. I really need to get rid of that Weaver of Harmony. It's really the big problem for us right now. That's a nice pickup, so... So that'll attack as a 6/5, 7/6. The question is whether I want to wait. You're a warrior, aren't you? And they have 4. Yeah, I think actually waiting and making copies so I can tap like 3 things down. Probably going to be a little spicier. And then this turn I can just put the Ogrehead Helm on Aki Emberkeeper and attack. That seems pretty good. So we get a 1/1 if they kill our creature here. If they take the hit, we're going to draw 3 cards, for sure. Then next turn we can make a copy of Imperial Subduer if we want to. Yeah, so that makes sense. Blocking makes sense. At some point we may go wide enough that attacking is worth it with everything. So... Okay, so we're going to Reflection of Kiki Jiki here. Make a copy of a Subduer. Then we're going to put Imperial Helm on the token. And Simian Sling. Attack. Which taps down 3 things now. Nice. Alright, Kiki Jiki got us there. No white mana. I do think this is a keep. You know, if we draw any land, we can play the boar, and if we draw white mana, we're really in business. Yeah. And we have a 2-drop we can already play too, which certainly matters. Yeah, we do really need to find our mana, though. They play a creature here, and they do. Yeah, if you can play a creature... Oh, no. Here we are. If you can play a creature with that Chapter 2, it's pretty nasty. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, let's hope we hit a land on this synthesizer. We didn't hit a land, but we did hit something we can play. I can't complain too much, given the situation. Given the situation. I think we blocked the etching. I mean, we need to make this game go long if we're ever going to have a chance to, you know, and we have to find our white mana, and we do. Do I want to play Subduer more than I want to play Bronze Plate Boar? Probably. The Subduer makes it easier for us to get rid of that indestructibility counter, that's for sure. Oh no. Man. Yeah. Okay. We're going to take the 4. We are drawing mana, which is nice. Kind of think maybe I attack with Subduer here and tap down the Exemplar. Yeah, so we play another Subduer first, though. And we attack. Tap down Exemplar. Tap down Token. Aw, man. Now I think we have basically no hope. Yeah, giving the Subduer flying, I don't think does enough. I can make sure I do damage with my sling, you know. There's a few different ways. I think we basically have to trade at this point, or try to. The only problem is, like, my board is so underdeveloped that even if I get rid of the counter on this thing, we're in trouble. Drawing a 5th land here helps. So I think we actually swing here. And then we're going to play Bronze Plate Boar and Era of Enlightenment. So no matter what, it's going to lose the counter, because we get to ping them. And then we play Boar, Era of Enlightenment. If only we had the time, this would be sweet. I mean, that is funny. So we're basically going to have to block this with our boar if we want to this turn. We don't really have the time for this one. I think we can make time for the other one, though. It's more efficient. Pretty funny when those are both on top. Let's see if they play what they play here. Wait, why do they still have an indestructible? Oh, it's only combat damage. Okay. Well, that's not good. Yeah, so we're taking a hit here. Well, I think we're dead. I guess if I hit a land off of this, I get 3 bodies, and maybe I'll hit something better than a land, but... Oh no, I don't have the mana to do that, all of that. Yeah, White Shrine to the bottom does make blockers, it's true. That might be a good point. I think we're... I mean, I don't think it could have gotten us out of this situation with the boar, but it may have made sense to keep before we knew they had the boar. So I think our best bet, yeah, is to do this. Hope we hit something good. Well, it is a creature I can play that gives us 3 bodies, but Trample is still over there, so I'm not sure it matters. Oh yeah, they get a 2/2 attacker too. Yeah. Misplay against this thing, but yeah, when you're behind and your opponent plays this, it is nasty. I think we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, they had a crazy start. Would have been tough to come back almost no matter how things went for us, the way they started and the way we started. We had to mulligan too, like, you know, mulliganing is already going to hurt you enough, but when your opponent curves out like that and you mulligan, it is scary. Alright, pretty good hand. Need to get our rares. Gonna play this name White. So, probably just play Restoration of Iganjo. I mean, we don't have anything that exciting to do with it, unfortunately, but... Alright, so I think we probably just take that thing down. Maybe I put my foot on the gas pedal a little more here. If I play the Subduer, I can just start chipping in for 3 a turn. Yeah. Restoration's good, but I think if we can just start rumbling here, we want to do it. Yeah, it's a very interesting set. Very complex. My first draft was a train wreck in terms of how I played. I think our deck was okay. Okay. So I think now I'm a little more inclined to play Restoration. I mean, it's tempting to try to wait until it gets us something back, but it's not like we even have anything in our hand that gets us something back right now. So I think we just play Restoration here. Grab a Plains. I mean, we can ramp. Not that we really need to in this deck, but it actually, I guess, might let us double spell on a future turn. Synthesizer. They hit a Simian Sling. Haha! We drew something that we get to put into play for free. Let's do it. Alright, yeah, so... If I play the boar, that's probably what they kill. I guess that's acceptable. Play our boar. I don't know. Maybe the Subduer is actually more of a problem. I didn't see that coming. They must have another removal spell, I think. That's what makes the most sense. Because the Subduer is a problem. Okay. Works for me, I guess. So I think we just slap this onto our Subduer. Yeah. I was gonna say, we just get to keep rumbling here, so... I think they should have killed the Subduer or the Boar, and not the other thing. Maybe they misclicked. The other thing was nice. I mean, it made our attack better, but not so much better that it was, like, had to be killed. Man, we have had a lot of hands that did this to us. Also had some really good hands, I guess, but... Man. I mean, the probability that we draw a Plains is pretty good, but we don't do anything until turn 3 if we don't. I think we have to mulligan. Okay, I'm glad I did. God, what do I put back, though? We have a great curve out. Befriending the Moths is so nice. Like, I guess... I mean, the Sling is maybe the least impactful. Like, if I go Selfless Samurai, Peerless Samurai, Befriending the Moths, we're gonna have an amazing start. I think we put the Sling back, as sad as that is. I mean, it's also amazing to just go 1, 2, 3, but I think going 2, 3, 4 is stronger. Yeah, we're putting the Sling back. Whoop. If only that was our 7-card hand. Imagine how absurd that would have been. That would have been a good time. Don't play anything. Yeah, they didn't play anything. Peerless Samurai doesn't actually let us cast anything right now, so there's not really a reason to cast it. It doesn't help at all, so... It may kill this, which is gonna suck. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah, they do kill it. Play this... Next turn, we can befriend the Moths. They have made our start a lot less impressive, obviously. Obviously enough. Especially because befriending the Moths right now, like, honestly, not that great. Because my creature has Menace anyway. I think I'm actually going to attack without befriending the Moths and then play Goshintai and make a token. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That worked out pretty well. Let's get our other shrine now and really go crazy. We could use both of them at the end of the next turn. Alright, they're going all in. We are going to take 5. Okay. Well, definitely worth befriending the Moths now. Especially because we have nothing else to do, you know, so. I think the Sling is better than making a token, so that's what we'll do. Harder to chump now, thanks to Gift of Wrath, but... yeah. Kami's Fire or Flare or whatever would be a good top deck. So we'll take another 5 here. Okay. Play Rabbit Battery. I think we just swing out. And then make a token at the end of the turn. Well, that's not good. So much for that token. Yeah, end our turn. Let's hope they can't do lethal here. We do get our 2/4, which will be nice. We can actually swing with it right away, potentially. Aw, crap. Now lifelink and indestructibility are on the table. And I'm not thrilled about that. Yep. Well, this is going to be tough to beat. I guess I can make Imperial Moth big enough that it will survive. I guess that's the best plan here. Like, move the sling to the Moth. And the Rabbit Battery. And we'll just pass the turn from there. So we block it with the token and the Moth. They'll make it indestructible. And if they have removal for the Moth, we're pretty much done here. But I think that's what we had to do here. I'd love if they let us get to our next turn. I wonder if it's wrong to play a 16-land deck in this format, just because there's so much to do with your mana between, like, reconfigure and stuff. Oh, come on. We can still kill it, at least, but now it kills our Moth. Oh, we can't even kill it now. Not without... Yeah, we have to do it like this. That's our best bet, though. I mean, we can't take it, obviously. So they can make it indestructible with their Selfless Samurai. A trick kills us, a removal spell kills us. Does... Wow, really? I guess they wanted to get 2 menace creatures more than they wanted to... I mean, it ends up working out because we didn't draw anything. Ends up working out okay for them overall. We have to keep all of these as creatures or we're in trouble, so... Okay. So we're dead to that next turn unless we draw something. That is not something. Let's see what's on top of our deck just for fun, though. Nice. Yep, that'll do it. 5 and 3's all right. I mean, it's a lot better than our first draft of the day, which ended up being kind of a punt fest. So, yeah. I'll take it, I guess.